What is up, everybody? It is your boy. Happy Monday to everybody. Welcome to the latest and greatest episode of Walking and Talking with Pete. We now enter this 3-month stretch or so where there's really not any more football to talk about. Of course, we'll have fall practice coming up in a couple months, but other than that, the NFL draft is over, and that's sort of like the last big event in football before the start of the college football season in August, September, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, some of the big news coming out of the draft that I want to address, because there seems to be a lot of confusion around this particular issue or subject. A lot of misinformation, fake news, sometimes just ignorance. I don't know, but I'm here to set it straight for you right now. I'll make it easy for you, okay? Because of course you can trust me. Why would I lie to you? No, but it's the whole Justyn Ross deal. It's really kind of a sad story, honestly. Justyn Ross, 2018, freshman, wide receiver for Clemson. Went on to have over 1,000 yards that season. Lit it up in the college football playoff. Had like 3 touchdowns and almost 400 yards receiving just in the playoffs alone. It really looked like, if he were able to come out that year, following the 2018 national championship, he would have been drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. He was wide receiver number 1 in a wide receiver room that included Hunter Renfrow, T. Higgins, Amari Rodgers, all 3 of which are current NFL players. And not only are they current NFL players, they are current NFL starters. And again, Justyn Ross was wide receiver number 1 in that room. So you go ahead and think about that. 2019, let's fast forward a little bit. 2019, Justyn Ross is having another really good season. He's getting close to 1,000 yards when they get the news, the bad news. Now, this is where some of the confusion comes in. Because what you hear people keep saying is that Justyn Ross suffered a neck injury, and that's what caused the beginning of the problems. He never had a neck injury. He was born with some very, very rare spine condition in his neck. I don't even remember what it's called. Klein, or I don't even know what it's called. You can look it up. But it's an extremely, extremely rare condition that you are born with, okay? You're not born with injury. Like I said, it's a condition. Anyway, what it is it's 2 of the vertebrae in your neck are fused together at birth. And a lot of times it'll go undetected, apparently. But if you are playing a contact sport like Justyn Ross does, it's a good thing that they found out about this when they did, because it could have ended really bad if they never diagnosed it. I guess he could end up paralyzed at some point. But anyway, so then, since it's such a rare disease, it's a very rare thing to operate on as well. So they have all these specialists. He's going all over the country to these different specialists. They find a doctor that does the surgery. They do the surgery. He sits out the entire 2020 season. Then he gets medically cleared by a group of different doctors, including his own doctors, the team's doctors, and the specialist doctors who deal with this type of condition, following the surgery. So he's medically cleared to come back and play. He comes back and plays, and early on in the season, he suffers a stress fracture in his foot. So now he's got the neck deal, now he's got a broken foot, and his things aren't looking good. So I don't know how much of which thing, whether it's the foot or the neck or the combination of the two. But look, the guy, there's no character issues there. There's no academic issues there. So you go from a first round guy to going undrafted a couple of years later without ever getting in trouble or anything. It's really sad. I read that this is the first time in the history of the NFL draft that a player has had this condition. So the teams are basically just scared. They're scared of what could possibly happen, to his neck, I guess, if he was drafted. And I guess you could say it's hard to blame him, right? But you feel terrible for Justyn Ross, though. It's not his fault, The guy did everything he had to do, went through this painstaking surgery and recovery process, and now he sits not only undrafted but still unsigned. Really, really sad, man. I'm really hoping that at some point, some team out there can give him a shot, sign him, let him prove himself, whether it's for the minimum amount of money or whatever it is, or on the practice team, let the guy prove himself. Because what a waste of a talent that would be for him to never wear an NFL uniform. And that's it, man. I just wanted to get on here and set the record straight. A lot of people talking about, Dabo Swinney shouldn't have played him. Dabo Swinney's not a doctor. He didn't make the decision. He didn't clear Justyn Ross to play. And it wasn't even Clemson's doctors that cleared him. It was his doctors. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Your boy checking out.